Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lost Boyz Podcast. Gianni,
Brandon.
this is episode 44. We're almost there. 8 more weeks to 1 year, so get us to 100 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, share with your friends, family, all that good stuff, because we want 100 subscribers for the 1 year anniversary. With that being said, as you can tell, I'm kind of losing my voice. Well, it was lost before. It's kind of coming back. So excuse my voice. But today's topic is around Chat.GPT.
And AI in general.
Yeah, I blanked out. That's why I pointed at you.
I was like calculating the angle of this. I was off of my own train of thought.
But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about Chat.GPT, open AIs, all that stuff. For those of you who don't know what Chat.GPT is, it's a new AI software that's open to the public right now, which basically you could go in and ask it anything, and it'll like give you a unique answer every single time in a matter of seconds. So it's actually pretty crazy. I've used it just like messing around. Like I put in, give me a meal plan for somebody who's trying to gain weight, and it gave me like a whole bunch of meals. Like it gave me 8 different meals that like you can incorporate macros, protein, carbs, all this stuff. Like that, it calculated all that for you. If you're in school and you have like math, you can put the equations into the Chat.GPT and it'll solve it for you too.
That's wild.
Yeah. I think some people have used it for papers too. So what they're doing is putting the request into Chat.GPT for like a 20-page paper. It's writing something out, then they copy, put into a different AI format that makes it more like humanized, and then they throw it in there so it sounds more personal, and they're just submitting it. And like professors, you can't check if that's plagiarized or nothing, because it's not plagiarism. It's written uniquely. So some professors are angry, which brings up questions for me, which we could get into a little bit. I'll just go more brief into Chat.GPT right now. But yeah, it's pretty much insane what it's doing right now. Right now it's free too. I don't know how much longer that's going to be. I'm sure like at some point they're going to make it subscription based probably.
But not subscription based would be wild.
Yeah,
just because think about it. Let's say you pay $20 a month, hypothetical, let's say. But you have a fucking this unit of an AI that can just do anything for you.
Yeah.
Chat.GPT reminds me of when Google first came out. It was like wild. Like you can ask it anything and it will pull up a whole bunch of results, right? And Google still does it. It'll be like 13 billion results in 0.03 seconds, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Chat.GPT. Like you can literally have an entire well thought out solution too, and correct.
Yeah.
In seconds.
Yeah. And I think what differentiates Google from Chat.GPT is that Google gives you references, and then you go into the references and find the information. Chat.GPT is literally just giving you the information straight up. So instead of having to put in Google like I don't know, who was part of the French Revolution and why did it take place, and then reading through like articles and things like that, you just type it into Chat.GPT and it tells you the answer right there. Boom, that's it. Like in the matter of seconds. So you save time too. And Chat.GPT is also insane because I think it's the fastest growing app ever. I think before that was Instagram. It hit a million so a million users in, I think it was 1 month or 2 months maybe. Chat.GPT did it, I think, in 1 month. It came out on November 30th. Like it's only been out for like a month and a half.
Yeah, it hasn't even hit 2 months.
Yeah, and it hit 1 million users within that month alone. So it's insane how fast it's growing.
I was so with some very quick math, right? I saw a stat that, well, it's not a stat, but I saw that Chat.GPT cost $100,000 per day to run, right?
God damn.
Just because of like all like the servers and everything like that. So now you take into account, all right, $100,000 per day, like 1 million users. That's quickly going to be 2 million and 3 million and 4 million. Like even the things that I've asked it to do, me personally, not just some like from YouTube videos that I seen, just what I've asked it to do, I've been fucking blown away.
Yeah.
And now you tell me something like that that's in its first form.
Yeah, that's the craziest part.
And it's already, plans for the next one is already in development to be here within the next, like, I think I saw like 4 months. You could tell me $300 a month and I'll fucking pay it.
Yeah.
Because right now, the way Chat.GPT works is it's grabbing information based off of vernacular. So it's reading words, but it's not understanding the information that it's providing. So it can pull a lot of things based on the words that are used. It understands the words, it doesn't understand the message. That is very quickly going to be fixed. Already confirmed that it's going to be fixed and going to be here soon, to where it does actually understand the message. So it can, the crazy shit, that the way it gave you that meal plan, it'll be able to give you that meal plan and specify for what kind of person within that niche you should give each option to. Like, that's how deep it's about to get. This is its first public form, but this is I think it's its third version overall.
Okay.
They've already put the fourth version in the works, right? And quick side note, I didn't know that this is also part of the works of Mr. Creation of Everything himself, Elon Musk.
Really?
Elon Musk had invested, I forgot how much, into it, and actually bought like OpenAI a few years ago.
I did not know that. I mean, it's not surprising either. I would assume he'd be in on it, but
Let me get the exact.
yeah. After you pull that up, I have something I want to bring up too that I came across.
Musk by OpenAI. Let's see, 2015.
He bought into that 2015.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually formed by him and a few other billionaires.
God damn, bro.
Another big name in that group is Peter Thiel,
Okay, I'm not familiar.
the initial angel investor of Facebook.
Okay.
Has a bunch of books on investing. Apparently all good. Haven't read them, but what were you going to say?
Interesting, because I was scrolling on Twitter, and as you know, the man, the myth, the legend, Elon Musk owns it now. And I saw a tweet. I didn't fact check it too much. I didn't look into it too much. I probably should have. But it was basically somebody saying like Elon Musk exposed like Bill Gates for what Microsoft is trying to do with OpenAI and Chat.GPT. Because supposedly, I think Microsoft is trying to buy like 70% or I don't know if 70% is the right number, but a majority stake, like a crazy amount of the business or the OpenAI format. They're trying to buy into that. And I didn't know Elon Musk was already in on it. So that makes sense. If he did expose Bill Gates, why he's doing it, because he doesn't want him to or something. But
there's a rivalry there that I'll
yeah. Okay. I assume there was, just because they're both billionaires in technology, but yeah, it was interesting. I didn't read it. I probably should have. I regret not reading it. But I wonder what that Bill Gates plan was. I'll have to look into that after this, because the way the person made the tweet sound was like Elon Musk exposed him as for being evil as to why he wanted to do it, not so much for the betterment of society. So I'm kind of curious as to why, but I didn't know they had a rivalry.
Yeah, so yeah,
if it's true.
I would need to look more into Bill Gates trying to buy it. I know he is actively trying to buy it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure of like intentions behind it. But their rivalry goes back to early on when Tesla was starting to pick up steam. Bill Gates was a big investor in Tesla, you know, the whole EV movement, right? But Bill Gates withdrew his investments and started shorting Tesla, right? Saying, like, betting, like, yeah, I'm putting my money against Tesla. Elon Musk was like, oh, you don't believe in us? Bet, right? Tesla ended up becoming the greatest stock of all fucking time. And Elon Musk has started selling these red shorts. They were called the shorts because they were actually like short as fuck, but they were red. And he sold that solely as a fuck you to Bill Gates for shorting Tesla. And they when Tesla was like having this crazy run in like late 2020, mid 2021, right?
Mm-hmm.
He would tweet out at Bill Gates and be like, "Do you still have your short position? Like, how's it doing?"
Okay.
But
See,
yeah, they
I didn't know that. I didn't know Elon Musk was involved with it. Not surprising. And I also didn't know him and Bill Gates were beefing. But that's interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of bad things about, not bad things like confirmed, but a lot of bad speculation around Bill Gates and his intentions on many things.
which is crazy because up until like now-ish, or like the last few months or year, Bill Gates was seen as like the saint
Yeah,
of the billionaires.
ever since 2020, he's not viewed that way anymore. I don't know the specifics. I know there's conspiracies and things, but all I know is ever since 2020, that man has been evil apparently.
Yeah. And it all came. I remember seeing this during 2020, and it was like an old clip of him doing. I think it was a TED talk. He was doing a public talk, right? And he was warning that we need to like get better with medicine and everything like that, and like just saying we need to invest more into biological defenses, right? Things like that. That clip was played so much during quarantine. It was like proof that Bill Gates created COVID, like to prove his point. Like just wild shit.
Yeah,
Like
interesting stuff.
yeah.
So
I can't say for sure, but if I'm gonna bet my money, I don't think Bill Gates created COVID. I'm just saying.
no, yeah, I'd be on the same side. What I do find very interesting is why he keeps buying so many farms. That's where I'm like, see, you're not making a good case for yourself right now, because this is a whole different argument and discussion as far as like the food we eat and why they're trying to push veganism and all that. That's a whole separate discussion. But yeah, when I see him buying farmland, I'm like, why is the tech guy buying farmland that you get like a 1% return on per year? So, I don't know. It's a bit interesting. But anyways, I have a question to ask. And that question is, with Chat.GPT being so big and the way it is now, how do you see that coming into fruition in the future with college and people going to school and things like that? Like, how do you see that impacting it?
It's definitely going to have an impact on it, just because I think it's going to be integrated into the college system. But it's going to be, I can give you an example of the horrible explanation I'm trying to give. We still had to take math classes, but we had a calculator. I think college needs to adapt to what is coming in the fucking storm that is AI, and adapt something along the lines of that where it's seen as a tool for the college. Because in reality, the internet is now, if you're asking me, becoming more valuable than the college itself. And I think it crossed that point a few years ago. Now you add something like ChatGPT, where I don't need to know how fucking Malcolm Gladwell writes, because ChatGPT can just answer my question.
Yeah.
It's like,
you don't need to memorize y equals mx plus b.
yeah, because
you just put it into ChatGPT and it gives you the answer.
And it'll give you the flawless answer with every single explanation that there is, right?
Yeah.
I think at a certain point, it just becomes inefficient to have to try to force you to memorize this in X, Y, and Z. It's like, yo, thanks to GPS, we don't got to memorize directions, right? Like, if you don't know where you're going, it's okay. Like,
yeah,
just plop it into the GPS, you're good. If I don't know the fucking equation of gravity or something, it's cool. Like, I can just type it in somewhere.
So do you think it'll make civilization less intelligent because of that? Because of the laziness, I guess?
I think intelligence will change in the sense of personal intelligence, like mind capability. Yes. But I do think that I don't want to use the word intellect, but the rate of learning will increase. So, what would take me a week to read a book, I'll get all the lessons in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Hey, Chat.GPT, summarize, insert book here, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's the critical thinking, I think, is what's gonna change.
In what way do you think? Like, which direction do you see it going?
Critical thinking will take a step back. It'll take a step back in most people, and in a minority of people, it will greatly increase. And those are going to be the people on top of the age of AI, because there are going to be a lot of people that are going to use it for convenience, right? I don't gotta write this paper. Cool, bam, 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 ChatGPT, right? Whatever AI, bam, done, right? Passing grade. And then there are going to be people who are going to use it for skill, use it for knowledge and learning and actually proper efficiency towards one's growth. And I think, I do think that's going to be a minority of people, but I think it's going to be such a wild leap in terms of knowledge that it's going to be like night and day.
Interesting. In my opinion, I think if ChatGPT keeps going on the track that it's on, and AI in general, because I think it'll do away either not 100% with college, because there's certain things you just need to go to college for, but I think it'll do away with a lot of a lot of necessary qualifications when it comes to jobs. Because think about it, if I need to go to school, if I'm going to school to learn, let's say, pottery, I can just put it in ChatGPT, how do I make this? And it'll tell me exactly how to do it. If I'm going to school for business, I don't necessarily need to go to school for that. You know, any questions I have regarding business, I can throw it in ChatGPT now. I don't need to ask a millionaire business owner, what should you do with this, and that. I can put it into ChatGPT and get a general answer, and then maybe get the second opinion. But at least I can get some kind of answer versus being clueless. Another one could be like, it's another degree that's common. I mean, philosophies, like criminal justice, like all these. There's certain majors where I think they'd start to like go away now. You know, I don't need to have this degree no more. I don't need to have that. And we're already seeing it now. We're starting to shift a little, where especially the tech companies are more open to people who don't have degrees in certain positions for that reason, because it doesn't make you a good employer. And on top of that, I think the tech companies more than anyone understand the power of AI and how with the right tools you can be a good employee or be a good worker or be a good business. It's not so much having people that are qualified in that. Business is like a perfect example where I can go open a business and not have a business degree. What do I need a business degree for? You know, and the biggest argument is my teacher doesn't even own a business. My professor doesn't own a business. And if they do, they're probably not making that much because they're being a professor.
Yeah.
So why am I taking advice from them for then? I should be taking advice from somebody who actually is in the business of what I'm trying to do. So I think certain degrees, like being a doctor, a lawyer, things like that, you still need to go in, like communication classes. You still got to go in and take those, just because you also need human interaction skills. And especially if you're a doctor, at least for now, you need to know how to do the surgeries until probably robots and AIs take over that, where they can have a 99% success rate on fucking surgery, which will probably happen in the future.
Real quick on that, it's kind of already been done in a sense of, I saw a video of a robot that was performing a surgery on a grape, right?
Okay.
And it was tasked with peeling off a very specific portion of the skin of the grape. Think about how fucking thin the skin of a grape. You don't even feel it when you bite into a grape, right? It's sliced. It was like a, a vagina shape, right? But a perfect 2 slices, peeled the skin off without even nibbling the inside of the grape. Just took the skin off.
Damn.
That's less than a millimeter's worth of precision.
Imagine. So if we're already at that point, imagine 20, 30 years from now when it's working on humans. Who knows if we have doctors now? Maybe we just have people overseeing the machines just in case, right? You got to bring, somebody has to, well, I'm assuming nurses have to bring you to the room, and probably they'll be overseeing it. Doctors will be overseeing it. And then maybe if they need to do something themselves, manually step in. But at that point, you pretty much take all the labor away from the doctor themselves. I also see AI in general, I think one is going to eradicate some of the qualifications for jobs. 2, probably get rid of degrees that people can just learn on their own and don't necessarily need to go to college for. And number 3, I think it'll decrease the cost of college as a result. And I think we'll probably have less colleges for that reason, because there's going to be no need to go. And if they can't afford to pay their bills, they're going to have to downsize. So I think I see AI posing a threat in that sense. I don't see it taking college away 100%, at least not yet. But who knows in 30 to 40 years if that's the case, probably. But as far as the job market goes too, I also see it taking away many jobs. So that's going to be interesting, because if you don't have jobs, then what the hell are people going to be doing? Like, I think in 30 to 40 years, we're going to be at a point, I think it's already getting to that point where AI can pretty much code itself and create its own code and everything, that it's no longer going to need the people that created AI. And at that point, it's just going to take over. At that point, it's like, okay, well, then how the fuck do we control this?
Yeah.
Look at fast food restaurants. They're like, always hire anybody. You know, you could be from jail, from an immigrant. It doesn't matter. They'll hire you. They're getting machines now where it's self-service. McDonald's is doing it. Supermarkets have more lines now, self-service checkouts. You're going to start seeing it probably in software development at some point in the future, where you won't need them as much. Maybe instead of having 20 software developers, maybe you need 5. What are the other 15 going to be doing now? Like, there's a lot of things that are going to start disappearing.
Look, this is going to be because what you just said made me think of, I recently saw the movie Megan, right?
I don't know it, but
it's girl makes a toy doll that's an AI, right? That has the ability to learn from people, right?
Yeah.
But basically, this AI learned so much that she started learning things she shouldn't have been learning, right? So this AI, essentially learned where the mistakes were in her code. That's how smart she got, right? So imagine, software engineers coding, and they're like, damn, man, I can't get this fucking system to work. But they ask the part of it that does work, oh, what's wrong? Where's my error? And the AI can go in, find the code, and fix it.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, now.
That's scary to me.
Now, think about it. What purpose besides making the initial code, what purpose does this person solve?
Yeah.
So, in the movie, this doll learned so much, she learned the code to override the words turn off. So when the creator's like, turn off, she's like, nah, bitch. That's it. I learned.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, where does the shift move from this is a great tool to this could be a threat?
Yeah. Like, where does it become detrimental now to society?
I think, well, one, the whole we're going to become one with AI, we've already been one with AI.
Yeah.
We're seeing it now so publicly because it's been around for how long?
100%. We always see things way after, especially like weaponry and things. Like when the military puts out there like what kind of weaponry we have,
Mm-hmm.
that's because they had it 20 years ago and they got some crazy shit now.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, they can have it. We have something way more powerful. It's the same thing with AI. Like Chat.GPT, for example, we're experiencing it now, but I'm pretty sure this kind of technology has been around for probably like 10 years already.
oh yeah,
And it's mostly the intelligence, the big shots, intelligence agencies, national security agencies, things like that are having it and testing it and using it. And they probably have something even crazier right now that we can't even comprehend.
yeah,
And that's why they're like, okay, they can have Chat.GPT.
like there's got to be gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Like, but like those gatekeepers are so necessary though, and was a ongoing debate back in like 2015, 2016 between Elon Musk and wow, this did not age well, but between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, because at the time Mark Zuckerberg was like, we have to see how great AI can be.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk was like, AI is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Right? OpenAI.
Yeah.
A year later, like, joins the group to create OpenAI. And it's that point where now this is obviously like hypothetical, like just whatever bullshit, but like, at what point does AI get so powerful that it can connect to multiple things?
Yeah. Be like in the movie iRobot.
But it sounds crazy, but I think AI is going to get to a point where it's suddenly going to not sound so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, we keep poking this line.
Yeah.
Eventually the line's going to get tight.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too. For us, right, we didn't grow up necessarily with AI.
Mm-hmm.
As we were growing up is when like smartphones started to come out, social media. So everything is still relatively new to us. But in the future generations, they're going to grow up with it. So to them, it's just going to be normal.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to think it. They're going to be like, what? You guys lived without this? How?
Yeah.
How'd you guys not die? And I think that's just going to keep happening till it gets to a point where it's just the norm. My thing is just, where's the line drawn? At what point do you lose control? And at what point do you maintain power over it? Like, if you're going to start replacing jobs with it, you have a shit ton of unemployed people. What the fuck are they going to do? It's going to turn into anarchy.
Yeah.
Where does your economy go now? Where does this go? Where does that, like, I think there's going to be very few things that are still going to be profitable and like things you can do that requires people to an extent. Like owning real estate, right? A robot can't just own real estate and like be a civilian in society. Like if you own real estate, you're probably still gonna be making money off that. So probably it's a good investment because you can guarantee a source of income because people need somewhere to live. However, if the majority of the populace isn't working, not every house is gonna be filled either. So that's another problem that opposes. The other thing too is if you just have so many people homeless, literally anarchy will erupt. People need to eat. People want to live comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
And if more than anything, if someone's fucking hungry, they're going to do some crazy shit to eat. Everyone's going to go into survival mode and try to survive. So it's either going to be like the elites that are like up here and then everyone else is peasants. But at some point, that's going to be overthrown and taken over.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, at what point does this line get drawn? At what point in the future are we like, okay, wait, this is too much. Now this is posing a threat to economies and civilization as a whole. And even if you eradicate all the peasants and you only have the elites, and then at what point does life progress anymore? Like, you've already reached the pinnacle of life. Like, what else could you do now? So I don't know. It's interesting. I guess it's kind of more like this is like a high thought.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how we think about like the Great Pyramids and all these pyramids, the 7 world wonders, all these things that like are just inexplainable. Like, how the hell did people build this and do this? Not sometimes, but the thought came to my head where like, what if, you know how they say history repeats itself? What if we're just reliving what happened in the past? Maybe they got really well with technology, built it up to a certain level. They were able to build things like the pyramid and all that stuff, but it got to a point where it became so detrimental to society that more people were starting to die or from starvation or things like that because of AI taking over, that caused them to maybe like destroy all of this in order to save humanity. And now they don't have the technology, so now they have to start back from scratch. And we just repeated the cycle. And then those things stick around, right? If they built it correctly. What if we're just going through the same thing, just on a grander scale? Like our AI is more powerful now, and it'll happen again. And then it keeps getting more powerful and keep going, right? That's just a random thought, but I don't know.
What if the AI got smart enough and was like, you know what? We got to leave the planet.
Yeah,
And
that too.
they left.
That too. Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. It's going to be interesting where it goes. I don't know. It's low-key scary.
You really... Yeah, well, it was you, right, who hasn't seen The Matrix?
I've seen it now, but before I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it.
Like, crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first time I watched that movie, and the reason why I brought it up is because in that movie, robots and AI, but like the term AI is not used. I don't think it's used in the movie. Has gotten so advanced that they now know that there's no real use for humans besides like using us for energy. So they become the controllers. We become like the crops in the field.
Yeah, we become the code.
Yeah, we literally become the code. And the AI creates actually a handful of people create this system with the AI called the Matrix, and everybody on the planet lives within the Matrix. They live within the lines of code. They live within the simulation, as opposed to in the real world.
Yeah.
And they don't know that in the real world there's like a war going on and shit.
Hey, listen. We're in the Matrix, baby. We're in the Matrix right now.
Free Top G.
No, yeah, but I don't know. AI fast. It blows my mind. I don't comprehend AI. I don't understand it at all. It just blows my mind. And I just think about it in a grander scale, like 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. We'll still be alive, hopefully. We'll be in our 70s. I'm like, bro, what the hell is going to be happening then? Like, I don't know what the hell is going to happen with AI. Shit. I might be a fucking gladiator, or I might be controlling the Matrix. I don't know, bro, but we see what happens. But that's why I'm going to live to 125. I've been saying it for a while, and I'll say it again. I'm going to live to 125, and I'm going to say it now. So there's conspiracy theories for once we blow up on this podcast. I'm actually from Mars, so after that, I'll go back to Mars. But, yeah, I don't know. Shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't have much left to say, to be honest, other than AI is fucking wild, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
Bro, same here, man. I have no fucking clue what's next. Oh, real quick, I was going to say this before, and I lost my train of thought before, but one of the next steps with AI is being able to, not AI, but Chat.GPT is being able to break down statistics and actual metadata.
Okay.
That's the next step. So it can tell you, like, oh, well, besides giving you just a general breakdown, it could be like, and within 43% of people, we see this, and in the remaining 57%, like X, Y, and Z, like, it'll be able to in-depth break down data like that.
It's insane.
And actually quantify the data as opposed to just using the, like, running off of vernacular.
Yeah, that's insane. And going back real quick to what you said about Elon Musk saying, like, AI can be a threat. I have seen him say that. To his defense, I'll say, hey, listen, these people are going to keep testing AI out. Fuck it. I'd rather be the pioneer. Like, that's how I would think about it myself. And I remember one time, I think it might have been Joe Rogan he was on. I don't remember exactly which podcast, but they had asked him about, imagine, like, in the future, they're probably going to have, like, drones that could just come and just, like, blow you up and everything. He looked at them, he started laughing, he goes, no, that already exists. He's like, it's actually not as complex as you think. With the technology of your iPhone smartphone, you can create a facial recognition and put it into a drone, and it'll fly around until it recognizes the face and fly into the person and blow up.
It's fucking crazy.
He was like, that already exists. It's existed. We just don't use it in society, in our personal civilization, but it does exist. Think about it. All you have to take is the same technology as the iPhone, the facial recognition, pop it into it. I mean, right, I'm making it sound so much easier, but put it into a drone, attach like C4s or whatever to that drone. It'll just fly, recognizes the face, boom, dead.
Fucking crazy.
It's insane.
Something, actually, I don't know how we almost ended without bringing this up. Neuralink.
Oh, yeah.
Think about that. Like, imagine having essentially...
That's literally the Matrix.
AI in your fucking head.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you don't even need to go to your computer or phone or anything like that. Just, just think it. Chat.GPT. Yo, I need to come up with a speech real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. We will literally become the robots. Yeah, Neuralink is also fascinating because I know people discuss like the ethics behind it a lot, and the ethics around, I guess, AI in general a lot, but Neuralink to me, like, it has a good meaning. Like, the purpose of it is for the betterment, and I can see that. But that shit is also scary too, bro. Like, come on, I'm not trying to walk around with fucking NPCs.
Yo, dude.
I think it's really dope if the Neuralink can help people that are disabled be able to walk, the blind be able to see, where people aren't suffering from disabilities anymore. I think that's super crazy and like fascinating and dope. But if it's becomes widespread where like they'll claim anything like, oh, this person suffers from depression, Neuralink. That's why I'm like, okay, hold on. Yeah. This shit isn't about just like curing disabilities anymore. This is something deeper.
So they have, I don't know if you said this because you knew already or said this as in, and it's just going to be like, oh, well, that they have with tests been able to fully eradicate seizures, right? So Neuralink can sense the seizures way before they happen and can actually correct them before they happen.
And in humans or animals?
They did it in monkeys.
Okay.
Monkeys and pigs successfully, right? So it's believed that they would be able to pull this off with humans too. They were supposed to start human trials, I think, this year. I don't know if they delayed it because of COVID. I will fact check that. But also cure blindness they have been able to do.
That's fucking wild.
So now, like, that's where it's like, oh, all right, this is a good thing. But where is there going to be a gap in society where Group A has Neuralink and Group B doesn't? Group A can calculate 3,000 times more efficient than Group B.
Yeah.
Group A can figure anything out that they need to. Group A can do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Group B can't. Where's the division in society?
Yeah.
Going to come, like,
it's like one has a superpower over the other now. So it's like it almost wants you to then go and get it. Also, that's going to be like a crazy fight with fucking the pharmaceuticals because they're going to be like, time out, buddy. You're costing us billions of dollars now. This is a problem. So that'll be interesting too. Honestly, me personally, I mean, this is me now with the little knowledge I have on it now. I would never get Neuralink personally unless like I had dementia or like Alzheimer's or some crazy shit like that where it can like cure it. Then I'll do it because at that point it's like I'm playing the risk of quality of life, but my quality of life is already shit. So if it's gonna get shittier, fuck it, it is what it is. But if there's a chance that it could get really good and go back to how it used to be, then I'm gonna roll the dice on it.
The risk versus the reward.
Yeah, but it would only be in a situation like that where it's like drastic, where it's gonna make like I have some crazy shit going on. But if I'm like this, I'm not getting that shit. I'm not getting that. They have to fucking do that shit while I'm sleeping, then crawl from underneath my bed and go, pah! Otherwise, I'm not getting that. Because, I don't know. That stuff's, yeah, I don't know. AI just scares me. It frightens me. It's like, I'm afraid of it getting to a point where there's no turning back.
the potential of it is what's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And how fast it's been developing too.
Yep.
Like, everything's been moving so fast. I don't know. It's wild. That's all I've got to say.
Same here.
All right. Well, with that, I'll wrap it up. Episode 44. AI, Chat.GPT, all this crazy stuff, Neuralink. Comment down below how you feel about OpenAI, Chat.GPT, Neuralink, all this stuff, all this new technology. Comment what your predictions are for the future. Maybe what problems you see coming as a result of this. And maybe also what benefits come from it too. Maybe you agree with all of it. Let us know why. Maybe you agree with some, not the other. Just either way, comment down below your opinions, because I'd really like to hear different opinions, get more knowledgeable, and attain more knowledge on the topic. Because, like I said, this shit is scary. But with that being said, that's episode 44, Lost Boyz Podcast. We're almost at 1 year, so get us to 100 subscribers.
100.
Make sure to subscribe, like, turn the post notifications on, share with friends, and of course, comment. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.